I'm in San Elizario, Texas, at the world-famous Licon Dairy. Of course, for over 60 years, this dairy has been producing its world-famous and delicious Asadero cheese. But it didn't start out as the Licon Dairy. It actually was founded by a gentleman named Soltero Martinez, who started with just 5 or 6 cows. So how did it become Licon? Well, joining me is his great-grandson, Angel Licon. Nice to see you, Angel.
Nice to see you, sir.
Oh, wow. Okay, so your great-grandfather really started this. Well, how did it become the Licon Dairy?
The Licon Dairy, my grandfather, which is Eugenio Licon Sr., he worked for my great-grandfather. He was a ranch hand and he would help my great-grandfather. And he ended up with the farmer's daughter, my grandmother, and he then bought out the business. He slowly started purchasing more cows, started expanding the whole process of it, and he changed it to Licon Dairy and the Licon Aceros, which is now known for.
Oh my goodness. So the farmer's daughter, your beautiful grandmother, they got together and then the family started.
Yes.
So tell us about the history of the dairy, because I know people who grew up in the borderland, there were dairies everywhere.
Yes.
Like 20 years ago. What happened?
Maybe, I want to say about 12 years ago, there was a buyout, and it was a tuberculosis scare that they had in the area in all of El Paso County. They would never found it here in El Paso County, but it was just a precaution. So they bought out all our cattle. We had to sell everything. We moved our entire processing plant to McNairy, so it's in Hudspeth County, right outside of the county line. And we started milking our cows, and we went back to producing with 200 cows and so much milk.
So when you say the state of Texas, really, it was kind of a forced sale.
Yes.
They had a precaution for the disease.
Yes, and it was just to prevent any further doing.
Okay, so when you moved out to Hudspeth County then, how many cows did you have, and is that still in operation now?
We were milking anywhere from 150 to 200 cows. We did it for about, I want to say, maybe about 8 years. The cost of coming back, and this was before what it is now, but the cost and the hassle and everything, it was cheaper for us to actually buy the milk than produce it. So right now we still have the property, but it's now a feedlot for another gentleman that locally has his cows out there too.
But that doesn't stop the cheese making.
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and of course you're famous here for that asadero cheese.
Yes.
Walk us through that fabulous process.
So the process of the asaderos is it's get up at 4 in the morning every day till about noon, and the process is they pasteurize the milk, then they'll add the curds, they'll add the cheese, add the whey. Then it goes to the straining of the cheese, and that's where the whey comes out, the suero. And we still use that. It's a byproduct. We used to throw it away, and now we're starting to bottle it, putting it into our stores. We make other products with it as well. Then we'll add the salt, it'll go to the melting process, and then that's where you see where it goes into the little machine, and it'll make the individually slices, which we just added because 5 years ago, prior to this, we were doing them all by hand. So we're slowly improving the technology since then.
And the dairy still has a wonderful shop, and of course your cheese is sold pretty much everywhere.
Yes,
That's
and
wonderful.
Locally, and we have a few stores that we the distributor takes them out in the West Texas region.
Okay, so the family is now on generation 4
Yes.
of the Licon Dairy. Tell us about this,
Yes.
this great little guy.
So 2 years ago, I was gifted with my son Daxton Licon. So he's now the 4th generation, and he's all natural when it comes to the farming. He loves the animals, he loves everything. So
I hope he likes tractors.
he loves the tractors. That's one thing that we can't get him off of the tractors.
I hope he likes getting up early.
Yes, he does. He's gonna like it.